Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Control. This is episode 4. So last time we went back and fought Tomasi, and this time we beat him, but he just kind of fucked off. We also headed down into a new sector, thanks to Ahti, who we are now helping prevent the reactor from exploding, here in the maintenance sector. We also at the very last minute got a new power, which is the dodge, from a carousel. We still haven't gotten a video on that carousel, though. I wonder if we will. Yeah, I think that's the way we came from. We had another side quest as well. Oop. I think that's M? What a mess. Burn the trash. Which is all the way over there. I definitely cannot get there from here. Also, I wonder why that whole section is redacted. Alright, well, I guess we're not going to be able to reach that yet, so we'll just do this one. I mean, either way, we need to go back through Ahti's office. Okay, these enemies are back. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly is giving me trouble with aiming in this game, because I'm sure you've noticed that I have a bit of trouble hitting things on the first couple shots. I'm not sure why, if I've just set the sensitivity too low, or something is weird about the aiming. Because, like, the shooting doesn't feel bad in this game. It's not a... I forgot what the dodge button was, so I just jumped. It's not bad, it's just kind of functional sometimes. But like there, I missed 2 shots without moving my reticle. I hit him on the third one. Okay, I literally just pulled a chunk out of the wall that time. According to one of the tooltips, armored enemies actually take more damage from the throw, which is why those guys lose their whole shield and most of their health. Alright. So I guess enemies do respawn in some areas after you've made some progress. I think there was a box of crafting supplies in here somewhere, right? Could have sworn I saw one of those when we first came in, and I, ignored it because I was being shot at. Let's see. Is it back here? No, I think this is a dead end. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I ducked in here trying to... Oops. Apparently E is also that power. But yeah, I'm glad that they actually went with multiple keybinds here, because a lot of games assume that, you're still using a very basic keyboard and mouse from the 90s. It doesn't have any additional buttons or functions. Now, I know I just fought my way through those guys, but we're going to do a quick sprint back to the start of this area, because there was a level 2 locked door that I can open now. And it was just a single room, so this should only take a moment. NSC Control Room, yeah, that's where I need to go. It's this one here. Book Club, Lopez. More mention of this book club. Okay, now we're back to it not actually popping up the right one when I hold G. Unless You, review by Captain Lopez. These days, most young adult novels intertwine the coming-of-age story with either a contrived dystopian setting or a tragic romance. Unless You managed to do both. In the story, the protagonist and her love interest search for a cure to a virus called the Fix, which is simultaneously killing her and spreading across the whole world. To find the cure, they go on expeditions into dangerous, uncharted territories. The people all live in walled cities now because of the dystopian future, and along the way, they just have to fall in love. I mean, I've read a fair number of books that are sort of this. I liked how we never got to know if the fix was ever actually fixed. The ending was bold, especially for young adult. The main character succumbs to the fix when she's so close to the cure and commands her love interest to go on and save the world. She knows this is the end for her, but that's the job she can still get done. She dies out in the unknown, alone and surrounded by danger, but never loses sight of the goal. That's a good soldier's death. I give this book 3 out of 5. I feel most of the teenage angst is a little lost on me, but I'd recommend it to my brother's kids. Actually kind of reminds me of a book called The Salt Line. Though that is about mutant ticks. Alright. So I do wish that it marked these locked doors on the map, because I'm not going to remember where they all are. I'm sure at some point someone is going to have to comment and say, hey, you got that clearance, now you'll have to go back to this room in this sector. Just in case you forgot. Which is helpful to me, because I'm especially trying to play 3 different LPs simultaneously and trying to get them all done in a reasonable span of time. I'm definitely not going to remember little stuff. But I'll try to do as many side quests as I can find. I know some people, I was reading a review where they're just like, eventually I just stopped doing side quests because puzzle bosses are bad. I don't know. I find it hard to take some people seriously who, you know, review games as a job, but not in that, like, really pretentious way that some snobby people do online. Oh, why aren't they the best at every video game because they review it? That's not why I don't enjoy some of these reviewers. It's that they don't want to put effort in. Which, you know, I guess it's fair when you have to do like 20 reviews in a week. That maybe you're not going to give every one of those games your full attention.
Okay, so what happens again if that thing blows up?
Power. Explosion. Too much. Director's duty. Keep the lights on.
Boy, Trench, you're so useful. Oh, we got another hotline from him. I suppose we do still want to watch the rest of these. I've only watched 2 of them.
Northmoor was director before me. I never wanted his job. I never wanted power.
Funny, neither does Jesse.
Purposefully avoided it. Didn't trust it. Didn't want to rely on it. Northmoor was all about power. A man like an explosion, hungry for authority, for order, for more, until it was too much.
He wanted to be
I had to find
in control.
In the end, contain the situation. Northmoor never liked me, but he went along with it, to his credit.
Secure the
He
directorship,
didn't really have a choice.
contain the situation,
I suppose at the end of the day,
protect the Bureau.
a director's most basic duty is to keep the lights on. Here's to you, Northmoor. There were no prime candidates waiting in the wings, but I was there. Had been the whole time, keeping my head down, working my ass off. I had nothing to lose. I picked up the gun almost on a dare.
So, we only got that one tangentially because some of the things he said could also apply to the reactor exploding, but was otherwise completely unrelated. In a way, those kind of feel like this game's version of Alan Wake's pages. Remedy always likes to have little extra storytelling stuff like that. No, it's just not going to pop up the right one now. Escaped object of power. An object of power escaped the Panopticon a couple weeks ago, and they want everyone to keep an eye out for it. So if anyone sees a merry-go-round horse zipping around the sector, alert me immediately. Do not try to contain it on your own, and definitely don't bind it to yourself. Well, turns out a dodge could come in handy, so we did bind it to ourselves. I guess we haven't read these yet. Hotline, OOP3UE. Containment procedure. Objects should be inaccessible for use except to the director, and apparently the janitors. I know they're just cleaning around it. Object is a 1960s-era red Bakelite telephone. The rotary dial has been replaced with a black knob of unknown purpose. The phone weighs redacted. The object allows the director to communicate with the board. If used by anyone other than the director, the object will cause lethal redaction. The object is currently bound to Director Trench. The object spontaneously manifested in the director's office, placed on the desk. Director Northmore was the first known Bureau agent to use it. A battery of tests were run on the object, including redacted and redacted, but its origin remains unknown. I mean, it seems likely that the board just created it for you. The merry-go-round horse. Objects should be kept in a confined space when unbound. A fiberglass horse once uses a seat for a merry-go-round ride. Pole is still connected to the object. The object is capable of moving short distances at high speed. This can be quite dangerous when redacted its path. The object is currently bound by blank. The object was discovered at the site of an abandoned amusement park. Local redacted reported that the rides would move on their own, and that they would be chased out. When these rumors reached the Bureau, see America Overnight, Episode 235, agents were dispatched to investigate. 3 local redacted were found dead at the scene. The object attacked Agent Redacted by redacted. Agents invoked Formula C.5 to redacted the object long enough to redacted. It's interesting because in all the ways that this is like SCP, it's also different. For example, SCP does not distinguish between different kinds of SCPs. Like here, they have objects of power, altered world events, etc., places of power. In SCP, if it's anomalous, it's an SCP. Doesn't matter what kind of anomalous it is. But here, they don't have any kind of danger ratings. Alright, looks like we've got some non-possessed folks here.
Hey, are you new? Go talk with Chief Arish in the security booth. He's in charge here.
Lady, you see this gun? See this thing in my hand? Also, what are you using? Is there something special about these World War II-ass machine guns? Any modern guns are a little too advanced.
Ma'am! Hey! Chief Arish, FBC Security. Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
We came here looking for you.
They all have HRAs. We're on the same side.
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm here to perform the Directorial Override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah, Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Oh, hang on, you're the new director. It's a pleasure, ma'am.
Let's skip the formalities, please.
Did anyone even know the director was dead?
Faden, ma'am. Look, as you can probably tell, it's a bit of a shit show down here. We've been holding our ground, but whatever's gotten into our buddies has them wrecking the coolant pumps and the power converters. The NSC keeps overheating, and my crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
That sounds like an escort quest.
Euro jargon. It's what we call the power plant. You know, the big rumbling metal thing.
Is it powered by black
Salvador,
rock?
Head of security asked me to protect it in case of an attack. See, what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling? He's here?
No, he came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. He was out of it. Smelled like a bar mat. He was ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off? Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Listen, I love playing 20 questions.
We kind of already established that.
We have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows. I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? Oh, that's catchy. Oh, listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
I'm sure
I'll
he'll
keep
probably
an eye
not
out
be in a
for him.
chatting mood anymore.
Sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
But I, too, am his boss.
When the converters and coolant pumps are working again, we should be able to get this baby back down to a safe temperature. I hope.
I mean, if there's a problem with this, shouldn't the power have been, like, off somewhere? Didn't really seem like there were power problems upstairs.
What do you know about the hiss?
Not much, only what I've seen. Well, they use the same tactics that Marshall and Salvador taught us, which makes me think that the hiss haven't completely erased the people inside, which is a pretty fucking horrible thought. Or they're just using whatever they find in their victims' heads. In any case, they are really eager to get inside the power plant.
Why do you think that is?
Shit, I don't know. They want to make my life harder?
They want to possess the power plant for more power.
What do you do here, Arish?
Security Chief of the maintenance sector. I make sure all the weird shit down here doesn't bother the maintenance crews. Learned everything I know from Salvador, the best security agent this bureau has ever seen.
And you like your job?
I love it. You know, everyone thinks that maintenance is the lowest rung on the ladder just because we fix pipes instead of writing memos, but I gotta be honest, these are the bravest people in the goddamn building. I'm proud to work with them.
I mean,
I've done a few odd jobs with these kind of folks. They say what they mean.
maintenance
I
is
like
usually a little more problematic in a facility where some of your devices are anomalous.
What exactly is the power plant?
Listen, I only know what Salvador told me.
I have no
It
idea.
generates all the electricity for the bureau, and it's got 2 very simple rules. Rule 1, keep it below a certain temperature. Rule 2, don't ever, ever open it. Oh, and 3, it's classified, so I shouldn't ask.
Sounds like secrets are standard operating procedure around here.
Oh, yeah, it's all part of the job.
You just have to make sure it doesn't explode. That's all you need to know. Probably built by Dr. Darling.
What do you know about the service weapon?
Not much. That thing is director only. Salvador told me by the time he saw Trench use it. Sounds like that gun can do some serious damage. Yeah, I did see pictures of it once, though, and it looks different to that thing you're carrying. You modded or something? It's new.
Is new a good thing?
Given the circumstances, I'd say new is our best bet.
I actually forget if it looked different when he shot himself. It might have looked more like a revolver.
Do you know this Ahti guy?
Of course. He's my favorite coffee break buddy. Dude has got some crazy stories. He probably knows more than anyone else around here, if you can make sense of what he's saying.
Any idea where he's from?
Finland, probably.
Guessing Sweden.
He's from where he's from. Look, there are just some stones that are better left unturned, you know?
So, I have seen this conversation with him here in some of the preview footage. And based on the comments, it sounds like the reason she says, I think he's Swiss, is meant to be a joke on how people always mix up
You got a lockdown to lift.
from being from Sweden and Finland when they don't know. So it's there just to rile up the Finnish fans. I mean, do these guys have HRAs? They do. Hey Simon, I got your message. Yeah, if someone in this sector is asking about Ahti, just tell him you'll handle it and leave it at that. Under no circumstances should any personnel intervene with his day-to-day routine. I told you everything I know about him, so you could better deal with his odd habits, but yes, it's still very much a classified matter. Also, I saw your report about the quarry worker who wandered into the Foundation. Detaining him was the right move. We'll figure out what he saw before we decide on the next steps. Cheers, Lynn. In case you hadn't noticed, something is up between Trench and Darling. I know this isn't your strong suit, but try your best to stay out of it.
Hey, what's your read on all this?
Energy conversion's well below the acceptable percentage.
Is he asking me, or is he asking them?
Fast, I'm amazed the NSC is still holding. When it blows, we're all going with it.
Oh, thanks, Frank.
I can't even stay close enough to both of them to get the subtitles. Alright. So we need to fix this stuff, which is that way and that way. And that'll also lead us into our side quest, if that squiggly tunnel is something we can go through. So I'm curious, based on what it said about the carousel, also what is that sparkly stuff over there, that we might be able to actually tackle enemies with our dash. Like, you know, knock them over or do damage. Weapon armor damage. I am hoping that maybe we get a new weapon mod in this episode that'll let us use another form. Because it seems to have been decently good about doling out these new powers. So is this where we came from? Yeah, this is the janitor's office. So we don't need to go that way. So where can we actually go? Seems like there's an elevator over here, but it's locked. So I guess we can only go the other way.
Keeping my eyes open. We ain't out of the woods yet.
Oh, control point. I thought it would have gotten rid of this red glow, but... Okay. We've gotten 3 new tabs in here. Board countermeasures. Kill enemies without dying. Kill hissed guards. Kill enemies using melee. Can I just take all of these? Is there a melee button? Use grip, kill enemies with headshots. Kill enemies with service weapon in any mode. So these are weird challenges that give you random upgrades. Astral constructs. Okay, so I think these are what we can use our crafting materials for. Spin has a generous magazine, a high rate of fire, best used in controlled bursts. That looks like some kind of machine gun with rotating barrels. Or we can make shatter, which sounds like the shotgun. High stopping power with a scatter shot that devastates grouped enemies at close range. Okay, and this one's going to cost a lot to make. Okay, so you can just construct weapon mods, but they're random. And apparently you can use different materials for different randomizations. Weird. Okay, so we actually do have an abilities tree. I wonder if we've been racking these up the whole time and I only just noticed them now. I mean, we didn't have the menu available before until we touched that carousel. So launch damage, melee damage. There must be a melee button. 10 to energy, 10 to health. Well, I definitely want to up my health a bit, because I feel like I've been pretty weak so far. And increase launch damage, because that's been pretty handy. Okay, we're also getting these milestones, which looks like if I put 1 more point in, I'll unlock the ability to use another weapon mod, or weapon type. I mean, I guess I'll just put more points into health. Okay. So I still have 2 more points. No, I have 1 more point. Alright, we'll save the rest for upgrades. Alright, so now that we got that done, I guess I can equip Shatter. And I do have that Shatter-specific one. Damage against armor, damage after a kill, extra projectiles fired for Shatter, or recoil. 7% recoil reduction seems pretty garbage, so let's just go with projectiles fired. We also got energy boost, health boost, energy, and energy recovery speed. Yeah, stick for health for now. Alright, so this is it in shotgun mode. Just kind of spreads out the cubes. And if we hit F, we can switch to the other mode. How do I know that? Because it was also in a tooltip. Alright, let's go to controls again, and melee is V. Okay. Apparently melee is more effective than what I was expecting, which was just a pistol whip. Okay, so the coolant pumps are over there. So I guess we did get a new weapon form this time, it just wasn't given to me. Oh boy. Suicide hiss. I thought it had like tentacles, but that's just flaps of physicsy clothing. Shotgun works pretty well on him, but it looks like I only have 6 shots. And over there, they can just hear the sound of explosions in the distance. Hiss charged. The hiss charged agents are examples of extreme physical deformation resulting from hiss corruption. Hiss charged display an unthinking fixation on any non-corrupted individuals in the area. Once within a specific proximity, they erupt into a burst of focused hiss resonance, so dense that it acts as a physical force. The hiss charged is depleted of the hiss corruption after this eruption. The host is left lifeless. This behavior may be an adaptive response to the HRAs. The hiss charged are designed to blow the devices off potential hosts, exposing them to the resonance. Is the hiss capable of customizing a corrupted host's altered ability to this degree? Why is the physiology of the hiss charge so dramatically different from the host's original form? Lots of questions, no answers. Wonder if the hiss charged are also created from the office workers, since they don't have any combat training. It's like, we can find a use for you somewhere. We have a lot of opportunities here at Hiss Incorporated. We'll find a job that suits you. Okay. Okay, so we're actually farther over from where I thought we were going to come out. This should actually lead us right into our side mission. Well, at least I have a reason now to actually seek out crafting materials, now that I know what they're for.
Power cut. Replace the parts.
Is that him speaking in our head, or is that he is also the announcements? Man, it's a good thing that thing is pretty durable. Can survive concussive force. At least these guys can't float very well. They can't just come up here. Oh, floater. Not the exploding kind, but the throwing stuff at me kind. Unsurprisingly, he was considerably less durable than Tomasi. Shatter projectile choke. Get everything all nice and ordered again. Okay, so that's the coolant pumps that way. Or this way? But let's switch over to the side mission, which is burn the trash. And that is just this way. Now, what exactly qualifies as trash? Is it these?
Did Ahti need barrels full of hazardous biological material? Looks like I'm breaking some environmental regulations on waste disposal, but if that's what Ahti wants, then I'll get it done.
Hey, maybe it's a object of power furnace that just disintegrates anything that goes in it without producing any fumes. I would do anything for Ahti. He's my best friend. That doesn't look very, good. I'm throwing them too high, but that's fine. As long as they're all piled up over there, I can just toss them in. Is there any more? No, I don't want part of the wall. Oh, okay. Didn't take any fall damage. Thought I would. Mail tube complaint. Hey Bozer, get this. The accounting department still says they haven't received my expense reports. They say the receipts probably got lost in the mail tubes because of a shift or a threshold or some such fuckery, and if I don't have the originals, they can't verify my expenses for reimbursement. This is such bullshit. Why do we even use these fucking tubes if they just spit our mail out in some other goddamn dimension? Just venting here before I make a formal complaint. Useless pieces of shit. That is a good question. How did they build a pneumo tube system in this unstable, shifting building? Unless there are, like, access hatches in the walls that lead to more stable areas. Like where we fell to get the carousel. Well, this is a pretty easy side mission. We don't even have to do this under duress. It's not too bad. I can do 4 launches in a row. Kind of wondering how much energy that took. Boy, that is quite the furnace. Quick, Jesse, take a selfie. Oh wait, you can't because you don't have your phone. Also, that's a good question. Wouldn't she have had a phone? Probably. Like, it seems unlikely that she would have known not to bring one.
My name is Dr. Pierce, lead researcher of the Parakinesiology Department. I believe that I've discovered a Code Omega paranatural entity residing within the Bureau itself, right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands.
I mean, it seems likely that the entire facility is
I need to convince
a paranatural entity.
The furnace can speak. It's been talking to me for some time now. Listen. Did you hear that? It's a sentient force capable of communicating. I checked, and there's no record of ever installing this furnace.
It tells me it just wants me to climb in.
Sorry. What? Yes, I can feed you. What do you eat? I see. I'll try to find some volunteers.
Feed me. Oh, I missed one. I was gonna say, where would the other ones be, but... Okay, that time it did make a snarling noise. Ahti, is this furnace, like, alive? Oh no, it's last summer's grouse's son.
That's all of them.
Burn the trash. Can I can get up here. It's locked, though. That would lead into the redacted zone. There is an arrow. Probably have to come back here later. Did I get anything for doing that? I mean, I guess I'll have to go back and talk to him once they fix everything. Alright, now we need to go through the coolant pumps, which apparently is a rock tunnel Even though, again, we are inside a building. Though this could be underneath the oldest house.
Oh, this place is gonna come down.
It looks like it's probably a shortcut back out. It also looks a little aquatic. Oh, hello. I should have finished him with melee. There we go, blew him up. I mean, there's nothing stopping me from spamming it, apparently. It doesn't even use energy to do that. NSC coolant pumps.
Pro, go to ship. Fix it fast. If the plant goes boom, we can throw the spoon in the corner.
Finn-isms. Throw the spoon in the corner. Okay, I've got a battery here. But where does it need to go? I can see a couple of these batteries around, but I need to find the slots. See, that's exactly how it's intended to be used. Slammed in at maximum force. Oops. I don't think he died. He just fell straight down. I do have to deal with these enemies, but I also have to find where the rest of these plugs are. Clog complained. That gross blockage down in the water systems is back. What the fuck is it? Where does it keep coming from? And why the hell does Ahti keep yelling nonsense at it? And he acts like it can understand him. Of course, he acts like we can understand him too. Guess that's just his brand of crazy. I'm gonna try out a new drain cleaner. Extreme strength. That's probably that goop we saw. Okay, so there's no plug on this side. Throw the battery over there, so I can grab it from the lower level. Or just lightly shove that one off. I think that was a decisive victory for us. Oh, there's some more of that goop. Okay, so there's a battery slot here.
Shit.
Investigate what is blocking the pipe.
My old enemy, the Clog, is blocking the pipes. You need to deal with that shit. He is very clever. He's trying to sneak in. We got him caught with his hand in the fish trap.
Is it a necromorph? Looks like the Leviathan. Oh, he gooped me.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Is it like also leaking in from one of the thresholds? You win this time, janitor. But I'll be back. Just gotta watch out for the slime expulsions. Nope. I touched it before it had fully disintegrated. Also, I guess because it's not a hiss, it doesn't drop health. What exactly are these tunnels for? I mean, they seem like ventilation, but they also don't really go anywhere. Yes. Was there a control point near here? I think there was. In the room right before the tunnel. Right? Because we just have to go down here again. Yeah, okay, it's not a long enough walk that I need to cut here.
Just hold together a little longer.
Oh hey, she didn't repeat dialogue that time. Oh boy, almost just died. It's fine. I don't actually see if there's another pipe that I need to power down here. Looks like there's probably one over here. I mean, I hear electric sounds, but I don't see anything that needs a slot filled. Oh, that's just the battery making that noise. Guess these guys respawn. I've almost got that challenge done. Don't know if that's all the enemies, but I'm just gonna run through instead. Oh, they came back. I mean, this thing could just as easily be a Shoggoth for the way it looks.
What? Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
I suppose these arrows are left by Ahti. Though we did see one in the other tunnel that I couldn't actually open. Gotta patiently wait until it fully retracts. So this one was a dead end. I only got a little bit of the stink that time, so I didn't lose half my health. Sure, grabbed all the crafting supplies. Energy boost. That one looks blue, so it might actually be a better mod.
Place is gonna come down.
Took an entire magazine, if you can really call it a magazine, considering it's probably just energy or something. Okay. So the last one is probably that right there, right? Yeah, there's the slot.
There go the pipes. Nothing more satisfying.
we go. There's my 5 melee kills. Now I'll probably forget that melee exists again. Alright, so the converters are fixed. Does that mean this elevator is going to work now? I don't think we can do anything else while we're here. That's Trooper second class. I don't suppose I have anything more effective to throw at him. Oh shit. Oh, he's a big boy. I tried to tackle him, but I hit space again instead of the dash button. What game is it that I played recently where space was dash? Yeah, I think I just have to chip away at him because he's just got a lot of health. And I guess a minigun? The shotgun did stun him, but probably not reliably. Run away! Should be some health lying around. So yeah, now I just need to find myself a good long-ranged form for this gun. The pistol, really not that effective as enemies like that, though it works just fine for regular enemies. Alright, that's one objective down. She has kind of unnervingly piercing eyes sometimes. I have fairly blue eyes that are a bit unusual, but by comparison, she has like cinematic blue eyes. Jeez, what's going on in here? I don't know what exploded. Shotgun is a lot more effective when they don't focus on me. Being able to just casually walk up and shoot them. See, I am a director that cares about her people. Unfortunately, my people don't seem to care about their own safety because she's just casually walking up. Man, they really sent a attack force here. Ma'am, I'd really suggest you get into cover and let me handle this. I'm better equipped to deal with this problem than you are.
Blockages and pipes see through. Crew feels a lot safer when you're around.
Gee, I wonder why. He has nothing to say about that attack, though.
I should be going. Try to stay
Right.
alive.
You gotta lock down the lift.
Not like, shit, that was pretty close. I was gonna stop after doing our first objective, but that actually didn't take too long. Now, how do we get to the other area? I guess we gotta go this way. This way we go. NSC energy converters. So yeah, now that I've got a couple different powers and 2 different weapon types, the combat is feeling pretty satisfying. I mean, it was fine before, it's just, again, the shooting is not the best part of it. I mean, really, telekinesis kind of steals the show for the moment. Seeing how much you can use it and how effective it is. All the best shotguns can be used while jumping through the air. Okay, that's central maintenance. It's a different area. I don't think we need to go that way yet. Probably need to go there after we do this objective. And it'll be like, now you need to go to central maintenance. Oh. Come here, you. What's over here? Elevator. Okay. This one is just a button, but the button doesn't do anything. So they said that someone from the quarry wandered into the Foundation. Which is weird, because I'm pretty sure they actually say Foundation and not Bureau in the note. But yeah, I guess that means the quarry workers don't know about the Bureau. We just need you to mine this black rock. Don't ask what it is. Turns out that no, I don't think you can kill people with your dodge. Alright. Another control point. Oh, I thought that was another plug, but it's actually just another battery. Alright. So, do we have an explanation for these moldy rooms yet? Is that also an extra-dimensional fungus leaking through a threshold?
It's fried up. You'll need to fix it before the old twig pants inside the plant has to shift.
Twig pants, eh? Is there somebody or something living inside the plant? I think I got both of them there. Seems odd that, like, nobody made it to any of these shelters. Except Emily. That works pretty well. Shotgun to the chest and then finish him with a melee. Thing is, what do I actually need to fix here? I need to find some plug slots. Oh, there's one. These universal battery things. Alright, how do I get up to the third one? I guess I gotta go around. Yeah, your shield didn't save you there, did it? Just climb right over there. Alright, the first one is probably on the first floor, and I just completely passed it. Yeah, there it is there.
Now we won't blow up. Let's go lift the lock.
Alright. Now let's just go back, lift the lockdown, and I think that will be a good place to wrap up. Again, as long as we're getting some solid progress in every episode, I'm fairly happy. So, fast travel back to the main room. Just slightly drops in. Alright, so we need to go to the elevator, which is... or the NSC Control Room, which is this way. And hopefully, the way is clear. Okay. Control room is apparently like right here. Control room through the elevator. Kind of want to see what the quarry is too, but let's go to the control room first. Electricity level, water level, both are green. Just want to see if there's anything interesting in the margins there. Upcoming game reminder. Next game is Wednesday at 8, usual spot. Hazard owes me $20. Arish, still on a fucking winning streak. Someone please figure out how he's cheating. Thompson, suspended for a game because of that shady dealing incident. Guy, I owe you $60. I brought beers last time, so it's Hepston Sadal's turn. Probably on me that every time they start talking about a game night in one of these offices, I assume they're talking about D&D. Alright, NSC Control Room. Damn it. Still charging. Well, I hope we didn't fry any important computer systems there by blowing them up.
To protect them. Forces contained. A lockdown. only be lifted by a directorial override.
This is what we came here to do.
But I wanted to see if there's any notes lying around first. Okay, that leads back to a sector elevator. Not that we really need it now that we can control point back. Activate key form. Alright, so we can get down to central research now.
That's it. The
Seems
other
like.
sector should be open now.
Or we can just
It's time I told Emily why I'm here.
freely travel
Almost
around the
did.
bureau.
You two should get to know each other.
Alright, so yeah, we still have a bunch of areas, again, that we haven't been to, and 2 separate redacted areas. But I think we'll definitely be backtracking to sectors throughout the game. And I probably have to go back and talk to Ahti again as well. Okay, where is this door? This is back where we came in. Okay, so it's the same sector elevator, it's not a separate one. Okay, well. I guess this is the view we had, though it was a lot harder to tell what it was when it was all red. So let's go talk to Ahti before we leave. Again. Ooh. One-shot headshot up close will take out their shield and their health. Really gotta do something about that respawning. Otherwise, we'll never cleanse this building and take back control. It zoomed in like he was gonna say something. Alright. Never mind, he's got nothing to say. Is there... I mean, I don't think we specifically have to take the elevator. So instead of running back to the elevator, I'll just warp back. It's a weird thing where I can't actually aim when the elevator's in motion. In fact, the weapon just completely disappears from her hand. We also have a new point for abilities. I could put more points into health and just keep pumping that up first. Sure, I'll put points into health for now. Obscured weapon mod common. Okay, so we still can't get better ones there. However, I could upgrade to get better mods. Or better possible mods. Weapon forms. Upgraded grip. So that'll just upgrade the pistol. Or I could get spin. I guess it's just a machine gun. I can't afford both, though. Let's get this instead of upgrading so I don't just end up using the pistol the whole time. Because my impulse is always to just upgrade the base weapon as far as you can. And that's usually effective, but not the most interesting. Okay, let's get our rewards. Grip. Any mode. Kill Hiss Demolition Experts. Random uncommon weapon mod. You may enjoy Execute Smile this measure. Smile not guaranteed. So that is Central Executive. And again, I already don't remember if there were any level 2 locked doors in Central Executive. I think there might have been. There's definitely some level 4 doors. But I think there's a level 2 near the director's office.
Jesse, you made it. And you lifted the Listen, Emily. Screw it. Just tell her. I haven't been completely honest.
She looks very stunned by that.
Dylan. When we were kids, we found an old slide projector in Ordinary's landfill. The slides created doorways to other places.
We accidentally triggered the AWE.
Bad things happened. Came through. That's all she gets. The rest stays locked inside. But we found help. Through one of the doorways, we met something. A being.
A being? What kind of being?
It's hard to describe, but she helped us.
Kind of looks like a big glass
We
spiral.
managed to turn the projector off. The bad things that came through the doorways were gone. After that, your people came. Tried to grab us. I ran away.
So the Bureau didn't actually solve the problem at all.
I left him behind.
Bureau agents took your brother?
Yes. You covered it up. No one believed me. I just want to find Dylan. I've been looking for him ever since.
What happened to the slide projector? It sounds like another object of power.
I thought you took it. The Bureau. Along with Dylan.
I've never heard of it. But around here, I assume everything's classified. You know, I looked into the Ordinary AWE case files after you mentioned it. Trench and Darling were both involved. A large area of the containment sector was reserved for it. The case hasn't been active for a long time. I have no idea if anything's still there. Can you tell me more about this being you found?
Wouldn't that be unfortunate if the slide projector was where the hiss came from?
She's been with me ever since Ordinary. In my head. She led me to you. I call her Polaris.
As in a guiding star. Did Polaris know about the hiss? If she got you in here in spite of the lockdown, she's very powerful. Which may help explain your test results.
I guess we did do the tests during that montage.
Incredible, Jesse. Now, cross-referencing them with the database, I found 2 matches in Darling's old classified files. Unfortunately, I can't access them beyond the file codes, but one was P6, referring to a prime candidate for a potential future bureau director. This was logged years ago.
Dylan. Is that Dylan?
The other match is on something called Hedron, which must be connected to these Hedron resonance amplifiers somehow. All I know is that Marshall went to the research sector to secure the HRA production after the hiss first attacked.
So, Marshall seems like our best lead on Dylan.
I need to go after her. How can I get to the research sector?
Use my keycard. The sector elevator will take you there.
Now we're already up to level 3. We're only 4 episodes in.
Marshall is the next step. What Emily told me about Ordinary, my powers being connected to things in the Bureau's past. I am so close to something. Do you feel it? Something's coming.
We take turns to come for a visit. I helped you. You owe me now. And when time comes, I will come calling.
Well, that's not ominous at all. Alright. So now, I think we can properly wrap up the episode. I was going to go a little shorter this time, but this seems like a good place. We wrapped up that whole maintenance sector. Oh, we do also have more missions, so we will have to go back to maintenance. But again, having the warps makes it pretty convenient to do that stuff. Because anywhere we've been, we can go back to. I feel like we didn't talk about any of these, but they're now... They look like I've already talked about them.
I keep finding traces of Darling, but still can't find him. Where could he be?
But he's usually in his office in research, or one of his labs. Dr. Darling has quite a few, all around the Bureau. Could be hiding in any one of them. I check myself, but I don't have access to most of them.
Sounds like I touched a nerve.
He didn't let you into his labs?
Not all of them, no. Some had volatile material. It's ridiculous. I mean, this whole place is volatile material. Could have at least thought up a more convincing lie. I mean, how can I work without access to all the data possible?
I think we can talk to the rest of these next time.
Be careful out there.
Alright, so that'll do it for episode 4 of Control. We have prevented the power plant from exploding, and have opened up, I guess, the rest of the building, or at least the rest of the sector elevators. So we should be able to take a bigger look around next time. And I guess it might be worth doing a bit of a run through some of the existing areas to see if there's any doors I can open now. But we'll have to do that next time. So until then, I've been Shadefyre, and I hope you'll join me as we continue to explore the oldest house as the Director of the Bureau of Control. Take care, everyone.